Welcome to Istanbul, but not the part you already know. Here, there is no traffic, no crowds, no skyline, just pine trees and old wooden mansions and the sound of waves. These are the Princess Islands. We call them adalar in Turkish. There are 7 islands and today we are going to the biggest one, Büyükada. As a local, I know how important this place is for Istanbulis. And in this video, I'll show you exactly what to do here, how to explore and how to enjoy it like someone who actually lives in this city.
The Princess Islands are located just off the coast of Istanbul's Asian side, in the Sea of Marmara. You can see them clearly on the map, only a short ferry ride away from the city. The main hub for ferries on the European side is Kabataş. This is the easiest place to start your journey, because you can reach Kabataş directly from Sultanahmet by taking T1 tram, only one ride, no transfers. From Kabataş as well as Eminönü and Beşiktaş on the European side, or Kadıköy and Bostancı on the Asian side, you can catch ferries to Büyükada. And here is the good news, you don't need a separate ticket. You can use your Istanbul card, the same card you use for trams, buses and metros. The fare is 114 lira each way, that's about $2.75, and you will pay the same price again on your return. You have 2 choices. Public şehir hatları ferries. These are the classic ferries taking about 90 minutes and stopping at the other smaller islands before reaching Büyükada. Private fast boats. These are faster, around 45 minutes, and also depart from Kabataş, Eminönü, Beşiktaş, Kadıköy and Bostancı. No matter which one you choose, the ferry ride is part of the experience. The moment you step off the ferry, everything changes. Streets are quiet, lined with wooden mansions, the smell of the sea is everywhere, and it feels like you are in another world. Cars are not allowed here. Instead, you'll see small electric shuttles. Things to do on Büyükada. Ride a bicycle around the island at your own pace.
So if you want to have a good tour around the island, rent a bicycle. It is 100 lira for an hour. So each bike is $2.50 for an hour. It is fast and good option if you want to see entire island.
Walk the coastal road for peaceful sea views and great photos. The best part of this walk is the old historical mansions along the streets.
That is John Pasha mansion. It's considered as the most beautiful mansion in the entire island. People come in front of it, take pictures with it. There are a lot of mansions like this in the island. This is not the only one. They are really expensive and they're well preserved. It is really difficult to build new thing in the island. You need special permission for it.
Go for a swim in the southern beaches. Perfect for summer dip. Locals in Istanbul usually come to Büyükada in summer for the beaches. There are many private beach clubs here, but also some public one run by the local municipality. Swimming season is long, from the beginning of June until the end of September. Honestly, when you are here, it doesn't feel any different from being in a real holiday resort. Climb up to Yorgi Hill. At the top, you'll find Yorgi Church, a small Greek Orthodox church that is one of the most symbolic places on the island. It is at the top of every must-do list. The road up is the hardest walk on the island, and I'll show you the way. I also come across something very interesting that I want to share with you.
It is very steep road to the church. From the ferry station up to the church, it is 3.5 kilometers, which is around 2 miles. So from the center of the big island, you can take minibuses, as I did. It is taking you up to that road. So the remaining road is 1 kilometer. It is about half a mile. I would say this is the most difficult part, but as you climb up, you see better view. Here you see at 3, that is full of trash. People, basically they tied up their trashes on the tree. It doesn't mean anything. If you see that, don't be confused because it's basically trash. Some people want to get rid of their trash. As you see, these are the water, plastic and some tissues. It started becoming a ritual.
Finally, I arrived at the beautiful church.
So filming inside is not allowed. I asked them, but they said I need a special permission. I can assure you it's so pretty inside. It is one of the prettiest churches I've ever seen in Turkey, in Istanbul. So the location of the church is at the very top of the island. The view is amazing. That's the Asian side of Istanbul. Down, you can see the mansions and the houses. So in case you want to eat, they have restaurant here. And the prices, I would say, it is a bit more expensive than city like 10-20%, but the view, it's worth it. I am amazed, man. It's so cool.
See the burned orphanage.
So that's burnt Greek orphanage. It used to be the largest wooden structure in Europe when it was used. Today, it's only a ruin. It's not used. You cannot go inside. It is private building, so they don't allow you to go inside. However, it is one of the top things to do in Büyükada. So if you are having stroll across the island, you can see that historic building too.
It was abandoned in the 1960s and later a fire caused by faulty electricity burned most of the building. And finally, do what locals love. Walk the full loop around the island. It feels like a natural park filled with a coastline, pine trees and hidden views.
I sometimes come to Big Island for only walking. Taking a hike here, it is refreshing. You are living in Istanbul, but also you are not in the city. Perfect escape for you from that 20 million city, you and only nature.
Travel tips. Avoid summer weekends. July and August weekends get extremely crowded. Bring cash. Some shops and toilets don't take cards.
Wearing good walking shoes, that is helping a lot, especially in Ireland. Generally in Istanbul, I saw people, tourists, they are wearing sandals and they are limping.
Check the ferry schedule carefully and don't miss the last one back. Don't forget to check the description below for more details about visiting the islands and ferry times. If you plan to stay overnight, book a weekday. The reason is simple. The islands are a weekend escape for Istanbul locals, so hotels are usually crowded and more expensive on weekends. Food on the island. Seafood is a big part of the island experience, and here I'll show you two of my favorite things to eat and two good restaurants where you can enjoy them. First, I'm starting with fish soup. This is a local specialty and the recipe here is unique, warming, flavorful and perfect after walking around the island.
This is a fish restaurant here. I found it out of Google recommendations. It's called Balıkçı Süleyman. So it had really good rates, 4.9 out of 5. So I just want to give it a shot. Here I'll try fish soup. I asked their recipe and they described me as they use sea bass and scorpion fish mixed together in that soup. So here they bring it with crispy bread here with, of course, indispensable lemon. You add it on it, there we go, and then crispy bread added. It's not really sharp taste. The meat is so soft, it is just disappearing in your mouth. I love that. So for that bowl, I paid 200 liras, that is about $5.
After my soup, I move on to my favorite seafood dish at my favorite restaurant on the island. This is where locals and visitors come together for fresh fish and meze, and it's always my go-to place when I'm here.
This is fried mussels. I love mussels in Turkey, but fried mussels is specifically my favorite. They cover it with dough and they fry it. So that's the really basic recipe, but it's so delicious. They usually prefer beer when they have fried mussels. And they bring sauce with it. It is kind of mixture of bread, garlic, and yogurt. And there are some spices in it, but it is essential for that fried mussels. It is classic for me when I visit islands. I usually prefer fried mussels. I love that taste. This is actually appetizer, not a main dish. But I eat that as a main dish. I paid 300 liras. That is about $7.
Of course, after seafood, there is one more tradition you cannot miss: ice cream. Everyone loves to take a cone and walk through the streets slowly enjoying it. It's a simple but classic island habit. Thanks for watching. For more local content about Istanbul and Turkey, support us by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. You can also visit turkeytravelplanner.com for detailed travel information and check out many more videos about Turkey and Istanbul right here on our channel.